Right then, so once you reach the training area for the controls lesson, you would have talked about your steering and demonstrated that aspect, okay? And the examiner will just ask you to pull over on the left-hand side in a safe, legal and convenient place. And he'll mention that this is where you're going to carry out the rest of the exercise. So from there, it's your job to explain how to actually leave the car and enter it, because you're going to swap seats. Okay, and there's a bit that people fall down a little bit on because they don't go into enough detail. Okay, because you don't know what he knows, and he's going to play the part of actually knowing nothing at all. Okay, so he's completely alien to what's going on around him. Okay, so the faults that he makes is that he'll open the door and he won't hold the handle. Okay, before he opens it, he won't check his shoulder. Okay, and then he'll leave the door open unless you actually discuss how to actually leave the car safely. Okay, and also how to walk around the car. Okay, so he'll walk around the front instead of walking around the back. And the way of explaining that is that if you got off a bus, you wouldn't walk round the front of the bus. No, you'd walk around the back of the bus, and then explain why you would do that. Yeah, because you're going to be stepping out into traffic, and you wouldn't want to do that unless it was safe to do it. So that's the kind of things to think about. That's what you're trying to put across as a safety aspect. So you're going to ask him a few questions, and you'll also get him to stand on the curbside until you get out. Okay, so get him to wait at the side of the car. Yeah, so then when you get out, you can go to the side of the car, and then you can both, you know, you can then invite him into the car, but you're with him the whole time then. And the idea is that in real life circumstances, that just wouldn't happen. It's very condescending. Yeah, that at the age of 17 or plus, even the age of 25, 26 or something like that, you're not going to ask the person to stand at the side and then, personally invite them into the car. I think they can get into the car safely. But the whole point of part 3 is that you need to watch him. Yeah, you need to watch him like a hawk and watch everything that he does. So the whole point of that exercise is if you get him to wait and then you go out to the side of the car and invite him in, you've got your eyes on him the whole time and he can't do anything then. Okay? Because if he has an opportunity to do something, he'll do it. Yeah, and then you won't see it. Okay, so that's the whole point of it really. So I'm going to go into roll and ask a few questions. I'm going to pretend that someone's sitting beside me, and then we're going to go and swap seats. Okay. Right then, John, we've reached the train area now. So what we're going to do is swap seats. Okay. So we have to walk round the car, and you're going to come into the seat here. So we've got to open the door. What would you do before you open the door? I pull the handle. Yeah, you would actually. Yeah, you'd pull the handle. Yeah, that's going to open it, right enough. But you want to make sure you hold the handle of it. Okay, so as you pull the handle to open it, you want to hold the main part of the handle as well. So just a bit like here, you hold this bit and then open it there. And the reason we want to hold, can you tell me, why would you want to hold on to it? I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, if it's really windy, it's going to blow away, isn't it? Oh yeah, I suppose it will, aye. So if it's really windy, and we don't want that happening, so always make sure you hold on to it before you actually pull the handle to open it. Okay, and before you open it, we've got to check over our shoulder. Okay, and in our mirror. Why do you think you would do that? I suppose somebody might be there. Exactly, yes. We could have a cyclist or something coming past us. Okay, so there could be someone in the blind spot, or a cyclist coming back down the side of the car. So it's very important we check a mirror and check our shoulder before we actually open it. Okay, and then when we do open it and we get out, we've got to close it again, don't we? We don't want to leave it open, do we? I don't suppose we want to leave it open, no. Yeah, because again, if there's a cyclist or something like that, or if it's windy, the wind could blow it off, yeah? Or a cyclist could get hurt, or they could smash into it or something like that. So once you open it, make sure you close it. And I want you to wait just at the back end of the car, and I'll come out and I'll meet you at the back end of the car then. Okay? And once I meet you at the back end of the car, I'll invite you into the car from there. Okay? And it's important we walk around the back of the car and not the front. Can you tell me why that would be? I don't suppose it mattered really. Well, if you got off a bus, which way would you walk round? Would you walk in front of the bus or would you walk behind the bus? I'd walk behind the bus. And why would you walk behind the bus? Because the bus driver might want to move away. Well, yeah, he might do, yeah. And if you're there, he can't move away, can he? Yeah. And you're also stepping out into traffic and you don't know what's there. You've got to poke your head out, don't you, to make sure it's safe. And if you've got a 20-ton truck coming past the bus, it might take your head off. Oh yeah, right enough. Ah, you might take your head off, yeah. So it's very important again that we walk around the back of the car, yeah. That way we can see exactly what's happening before we step out into traffic. Okay. So if you hold the door, that's it. Check over your shoulder. Check your mirror. That's it. Is it safe? I think it's safe, yeah. Right then. So pull the handle now. That's it. Out you get. Close the door behind you and I'll meet you at the side, okay? And there you have it, okay? That's a bit of Q&A there, so to make sure he doesn't do anything, that's the whole point of it. And then you'll get out and then you'll write him in, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to swap seats and I'm going to go through the brief, okay, for the actual cockpit controls lesson, okay?